Hi, I'm doing this video because I probably gave the wrong message to people, because I've been receiving a lot of support and people want to send me money and stuff like this. It's not exactly my message. I just, I'm not taking money from people who have, they're struggling for themselves, to pay the bills and stuff like this, to keep on going with this research. My research so far, what I'm getting, and the results I'm getting, as you see, when you start, playing with a three-dimensional magnetic field, which actually have no electrons, and I can affect cellular phone without destroying it. I'm not hurt. I'm not wrecking anything, but I freeze them. I lock them. It just like at this point in time. To do any further research, I need a lab. I need to be totally insulated from any electrical device around me to be able to play, and so I don't emit my the three-dimension field anywhere else but in the lab, because I know what it could do to electronics. I mean, if I push anything harder than that, I'm up to 3200 volts on the single generators, with no electrons, and so far no plane fell off the sky, but I just don't want to take the risk of happening or disturbing equipments, from plane flying or chopper flying across over my head all the time here, because I live in a valley in Harrison. So that's the reason I'm talking to people right now, and I appreciate dearly all the offer I got, believe me. But at this point in time, we're not talking about a few dollars. We're talking about a lab. We're talking about a massive amount of money, and that's why I'm asking anybody out there who have the money, who have enough money, they don't give it them, right? And they might be able to help me to see this research going through. That's all it is. It's not a scam. I mean, if you can ask everybody, I got about thousands of people around me, they can tell you the same thing. I do not pay myself when I do research. I just pay the bills so I have food on the table and pay the roof over my head, and all the rest literally goes to research. And it's just the way it is, because if I start putting myself at $50,000 a year salaries, then there's nothing left, there's nothing left for the research. So I don't pay myself. So as long as I get a roof over my head and one meal a day, I'm happy with that, and I can keep on going. But now the research became too expensive. I mean, we need instrument, because since we cannot plug. I fry, my amp meter, my earth meter so bad, the board is totally burned. So that's gone, so we cannot connect directly anymore. Everything have to be static reading, and we need equipment which they're very expensive to be able to record proper static reading. So now this is about it for, I'm sorry if people misunderstood me, or I crossed a message there. I'm sorry about that, but it shows it's thousands of people who literally want to help me, and but I really appreciate that. I kind of move a little bit, because that's a lot of people. I didn't expect that to happen. On that note, I'm gonna, that's all I want to say about this thing. But I have something else to say, which has been on my chest for the longest time. Beside this, the research and stuff like this, and I believe it's millions of people, they think the same way, but they're not. They don't want to rock the boat. They don't want to say. They don't want to do anything, right? Because they're afraid of either being persecuted or being harassed by other people who doesn't think the same way. I don't give a shit about that. As far as I'm concerned, those people who want to harass me, they can just fuck off and die. As far as I'm concerned, they're just a bunch of fucking losers. But I'm going to explain what kind of world we live in today. I mean, we're living in a world which is run by stupid. When I mean stupid, I'm going to try to be as politically correct as possible, which is pretty hard, you know, to tell someone is stupid politically correct. They're mentally challenged on such a high level. They can do harm to other people for their personal gain and go home and laugh about it. Those people literally should be destroyed, and their bloodline. And we're talking about a massive amount of them. Because if you look around you, we're living in a clusterfuck, and it's not slowing down. The reason I'm saying that is we see this whole thing in the front of us, and no one is saying anything. I'm probably going to get some flack about it, but like I said, I don't give a fuck, right? So I mean, like, you know, it doesn't matter to me. I don't care if it's hundreds, thousands of people in front of my place, right? I don't give a shit, right? They can all go fucking suck my dick. That's all they're going to get from me. But to let people know, you know, how bad it is, we've been brought down. Anybody who have, any kid today who have a brain, a functioning brain, is been pushed down to the level of abnormal brain capacity. Abnormal is not good. Abnormal is like below the carpet capacity. And you know, all you have to do is look around you. You know, I mean, the kid who have brain got pushed down so the one who doesn't have a brain to do anything doesn't feel bad. You know, doesn't feel bad. Well, look at the fucking world we have today where it doesn't feel bad. How that's fucking working for you? You fucking idiot. Really? Like, wake up, man. I mean, like, you know, it's just a question of common sense. All you have to do is you use common sense to go through life. And you will see, you know, the cloud goes away and the sun comes out and you can actually see what's going on. But, you know, as long as you're not going to wake up, you're subnormal. And that's the way the government like to keep you. Especially the government of Canada, London, England, United States. Everybody who's tied up to the same group, the Queen, have the same problem. A massive clusterfuck. And then people who have brain get crushed down so the stupid can rise. Because the stupid will vote for a stupid person. The smart one won't vote for a stupid person because they have a bit of brain. So that doesn't make sense. This guy doesn't make sense at all. I'm not voting for that person. But an abnormal brain will. I mean, we're talking about probably over half of the population, and I'm being really generous here, half of the person around the globe is literally brought down, dumbed down by chemical, by the government, by garbage. You know, look out there, for God's sake. You know, I live in a resort place, and you see people, 6 people walking side by side, talking to each other, texting. Like, you know, I mean, those people have less IQ than a goddamn dead chicken in the middle of the freeways. You know, I mean, they brought down school, you know, in Canada, they remove writing now, handwriting. That means handwriting is not necessary, right? Well, this is the biggest mistake of all. I would, you know, you should remove all electronics of the school. First thing, you won't have, you know, Wikipedia, which is the biggest fucking lie in the world. The biggest, they put information there that's so far-fetched out there, you know, it's not even the true anymore. And if you don't believe me, go get yourself a 50-year-old dictionary and look at the same words. Some of the words have been removed. They don't use them because they use a stupid word from the new age of the computers, right? Well, those new age computers, when you're fucking plugged up, doing that, if there's nobody in the other end to unplug the line, you ain't going to unplug it. You're going to have to do it with yourself. And but the world cannot do shit by itself anymore. If it's not done over a text message, it doesn't happen. Everybody now, they're so afraid to pick up a shovel and dig a ditch. So the shit run downhill doesn't pile up on the top of the hill. You know, I don't know if there's a fix to it, which I don't, to me, my personal opinion, is no fix to it. You know, we reached a level of, you know, when a farmer have 3,000 head, and suddenly a dozen of his head show the sign of mad cow disease. By removing those 12 out of the herd, didn't fix the problem. Because it will destroy those 12, suddenly 10, 15, 20 more will show the symptom. Because it's not a symptom who shows right away. It takes a period of time to incubation. And that's what we have today. We have mad cow disease across the world, especially in the government. Because only mad cow disease effect on people can make other people starve to death and then go home and laugh about it. Cops shooting, you know, people with no gun. 3 times, 4 times, 6 times in the back. The guy is dead, and his 3 cops with their feet in the back handcuffing the guy on the ground. He's dead. I mean, handcuffing ain't gonna make no fucking difference, you fucker. He's dead. You shot it dead. He had no fucking gun, right? And then a world who prosecute and arrest and put people to jail because they tell the fucking truth. No, you know this world cannot be fixed unless you destroy a whole shitload of them. So I mean, like, you know, I don't know, like, you know, if anybody's got any common sense to throw at me, I mean, like, my ears are open. I like to listen to that. But you have to use common sense and logic. You know? I mean, this whole fucking world is so fucking polluted. You know? I mean, like, Louisiana. Fuck, they suck the fuck out of that with the oil rig. The fucking land is disappearing, and it's not, I'm not saying that. Just fucking take a plane and fly over. You know? It's disappearing, and they keep on sucking the fucking thing out of the ground. Same thing with Alberta here in Canada. Fuck, you know? The oil company has been raping the fucking land. If you fly over that, you have to understand, Alberta produced a quarter of all carbon emission in the world almost by ripping the dirt off this black goop and processing it. And the land is destroyed. Like, they're stealing, they're moving people who's been owned property their all their life. They just push them away with a dozer. They put sour gas well beside their house. They can't drink the water. The water blow up in their face if you have a flame closer. Now, how fucking stupid you gotta be to not see that? Obviously, only mental problem. It's all in here. If you can't see that, it's because you're mentally retarded. Okay? It's no other word in the dictionary beside mentally retarded. Right? That the old day, you know, everybody does dumb thing. I don't see one. When my mom told me when I was 6 years old, don't reach and touch the end of that iron pan, it's hot. Well, I guess I had to find out for myself. I went up and touched and burned my hand. Well, I cried for a long period of time, and then my mom told me, are you going to do that again? I said no, and I never did. Unless it's an accident, I touch it by, you know, as I'm turning. Right? You don't have to be burned over and over, but a retarded person will do it over and over and over. Say we call people, are you dumb? After 6 times, are you fucking retarded? Because you're increasing your level of showing me you are the dumbest fucking son of a bitch on earth and you will never learn. Right? So I mean, like, this is the world we're living in. Now you have a choice. Keep your mouth shut, don't rock the boat, and die. Because that's all you gotta do. You know, lay down and die. That's the only saving you're gonna have. Because if you're not gonna do anything, you know, a small group of people cannot save your fucking ass. Today, you're going to have to stand up for yourself. You know, I mean, I'm doing that, you know, try to release the pain from the power company. Now, another first sign of fucking, we're living in a world of fucking retard. Now, our gas bill is going to go up by 80%, $80 a year. And the reason that is because we had a hot summer and we didn't use as much gas. So they didn't make as much money. For that reason, we're getting punished. Now, when big business does that, it's time to grab a stick, a rock, and start fucking marching and start pounding the fucking stone against those fucking people. Because you know what? They're too coward to throw a stone back at you, so you don't have to worry. Oh yeah, they have all those cops and all those security, because that's what cops is all about. Protecting the corporation, not to protect the people who fucking pay for all that, but protecting this corporation, right? But I want to let you know something, a little stories, right? Even them, those fucking cops have family. You know, and some of those family, they're on your side because they think those fucking people, they're mentally retarded. The way they act. I mean, I know a lot of RCMP in my days, and I have talked to some, actually they couldn't pull their gun out of the holster. It was rusted solid. They never fired a fucking thing once in their fucking life. And they've been cupped all their life. And they retire with this fucking gun rusted into the holster. Because they didn't have to shoot people. And they went into family dispute, people with gun, and they were trained to talk to the people. Because, you know, you can't talk to people. I mean, if a person blow up, it's because there's a reason for it. You know, it's a reason. Find out what reason it is. But no, now, shoot it 4 or 5 times, and then ask him what's wrong with you, right? So I mean, like, you know, the whole world, as far as I'm concerned, you know, doesn't pay enough for electricity or gas. I mean, you know, because people will never grow balls if they don't get starved to death. And half of those will die instead getting up and say something, because that's the way, you know, the civilization is. But the other half might give them a couple of little kick before they die. And that couple of little kick, it might be that was going to start a revolution. And we're already in a revolution for the last 25 years. But it's a very quiet one because there's only a few little people here and there. You know? I mean, like, look at around you. If you have, I mean, if you have more brain than a live chicken, you should be able to see that. I mean, you know, I mean, our standard of education is so low, the IQ test of fucking live chicken can pass it. Now, that's pretty fucking bad. You know? So, I mean, like, you know, there's no education out there. They don't want to teach any kid anything, right? I mean, it's not everybody who wants to be a lawyer or a politician or anything. They just want to make a living. So, first thing you got to learn how to read and write, how to count, numbers, not pre-calculated bullshit from Newton, right? And Einstein. So, I mean, those are the 3 basic things in life: reading, writing, and be able to count. So you can calculate what your day brought you. That's it. Simple life, isn't it? And as far as I'm concerned, that's what it should be. Kid doesn't want, they're not into that groove. Don't force it into that groove. Everybody's educated to work for the Wall Street, right? Well, fucking Wall Street is the disease of the world. Every place, you know, you put stock market, it destroyed the country. Look at Ghana. I was there before you had Wall Street, and I told them they were working on getting Wall Street. I said, soon you get into Wall Street here, you know, you get your stock market going, tied up with Wall Street. I said, your cost of living will go up by 500%. It did. You couldn't afford to buy gas that same days. They couldn't afford to buy gas to cook. They couldn't afford to travel. They could everything. Can you imagine in Ghana paying $500,000 for a house in Ghana when the salary is roughly about $160 a month? You gotta have some fucking marble on your head to think that that's about right. You know? So I mean, like, you know, it's just the whole fucking thing is so fucked up around the world. I mean, it's not just one place, it's not there, it's not there, it's all fucked up. And again, I applaud the government, you know, not what they do, but what they say against, you know, about the United States, you know. And the Philippines, he said, stay the fuck home, don't come here, because we don't want you here. Every time you came here, you caused fucking problem. He did the same thing to China. He said, we don't want any problem with China, we just have to want our border. You on that side of the fence, we on that side of the fence, we neighbor, we wave at each other, say hi, how you doing, good, good, you know, chit chat, and that's it. End of story. I mean, like, you know, I mean, we have resource in Canada, we send them to the States so the state can sell it back. Fortis is American. I don't know if you noticed that. Now, big news again, and it's not anywhere in the local news or what we call international news of Canada or United States. Now, Bayer, this means the aspirin, Bayer, German company, right? The merging, guess what? With Mosota. Well, the two big fucking chemical companies which tried to kill the world for the last, you know, 75 to 80 years, now they're merging together, so they're going to be more powerful. So I mean, like, you know, all you have to do is listen to the right news out there. It does have right news out there. Don't listen to the local news, because global is what? You know? Oh, Big Brother, that's all they show at Global. Like, you know, bullshit stuff, you know. What's the new toys I can have? What's the bling bling I can buy? You know, how many fake diamond ring I can have around my fucking finger? By the way, 60% of the fucking diamond people wear the fake anyway. I can tell you that, and any real diamond people can tell you that. They've been fake for a long time. Fake diamond exists since the 18th century. It was designed by a French person. So I mean, like, you know, and the patent was bought immediately by the Jews. So, hey, I got diamond tester, you know, I test people diamond, and they want me to test diamond, and I said, oh, you really want me to test your diamond? Because you might not like the answer. But that's the way it is. We're living in a world of fucking illusion and fake things, you know. Look, I mean, I'm trying to build something. You can't find a fucking bearing in North America will actually have round balls on it. They all fucking make noise and vibrate and create distortion. You know? We can't even fucking make anything here. What's the fucking problem with Canadian? Are we that fucking stupid? Because obviously for the last 10 years we do not manufacture anything besides fucking stupid little trinkets. Now, this is a level of IQ I can't even calculate because it's so fucking low. You know, I cannot break down decimal that far down. Right? I run out of fucking zero. It's not enough zero in the fucking world to be able to calculate that one up. You know, it's just crazy out there. You know, I mean, you can drive around and see a fucking bunch of people playing Pokemon. Fucking 30 years old play Pokemon. If my dad would be alive, he'd be walking behind those people. He would play Pokemon with a baseball bat and a pair of shoes with fucking steel-toe cap. You would see Pokemon, alright. I mean, like, this is the fucking ridiculous thing I ever seen. Fucking China is like locusts. Okay? I don't know if you ever saw locusts, how they work. You can see it from satellite. They eat and destroy everything in their path till they die. Every time a Chinese company buy business here, it destroys everything. They buy business everything, they destroys everything. They're like fucking locusts. I have nothing wrong, I have nothing bad about Chinese people and their country, but the motherfucker who come here, they're fucking locusts. You know? When they have nothing left here, they'll move out to another place. If there's another place left, because they're all over the fucking world. No, I cannot buy natural resource land with natural resource on it, but a fucking Chinese and any other fucking prick coming up from other country can't fucking buy it. Like, you know, Trudeau's, he's fucking sleeping with Obama and sucking cock all night. That fucker. He should be run over by a bus full of blind people 3 or 4 times just for good measure. And nothing wrong about blind people. I just don't want them to see, the people inside the bus, to see the mess it's gonna make. You know? I mean, like, really, this fucker just gave, you know, I have nothing wrong with Australia. I think Australia is a wonderful country, a good country. Do not like the government there either. The control, the dictatorship. Right? But at least they have clean air. Talking about air, another thing I got to bitch. Warning all passenger who comes, all tourists who comes to Vancouver. Do you know what you're going to smell when you get out of that tunnel? When you get out of the plane, you walk through the tunnel to the airport, and you walk into the airport. You know what you're going to smell? You're going to smell cow shit and pig shit and turkey shit and chicken shit, right? You know why? Because the greed of those fucking farmers here who have 3,000, 5,000 cow milk 24/7, right? They never go outside. They spread about 1.5 to 2 feet of pure manure, liquid manure in the land all year long. So now they're killing people, the people that have around a respiratory, heart problem, lung problem. Well, you're breathing unburned methane gas, you fucking dumbass. That's what you're fucking breathing. Like, you don't have to be a rocket scientist. If it smells like shit, normally that's what you're breathing. So that's why I call the Fraser Valley, welcome to Vancouver, and welcome to Fraser Valley, because you have to understand, Vancouver is the end of the Fraser Valleys. The edge of the valleys go into the sea. I just want to throw that up for all the fucking stupid who don't understand that. So I mean, like, you know, soon, I mean, matter of fact, I got people came from Australia and they almost gagged, you know. I went back to Australia for 4 months, and when I came back, I almost gagged. 4 months of fresh air and coming back into the largest fucking manure pit of the world. It's called Fraser Valley. You know, the fucking farmer here, they're just fucking killing just about anything around. The trees are literally fucking dying because of methane gas, unburned methane gas. A tree cannot process that. It's got to be burned before the tree can process that. And the human, their immune system is going to attack because it wakes up your immune system. You have respiratory problem, you have asthma, you have every fucking disease coming in. You're breathing fucking fecal shit from a warm-blooded animal. It's like shoving your head in your fucking ass and start breathing. That's how bad it is. You know, it's no easy way to say that, right? And if you can't shove it up under your own ass, find your friend and bend him over and shove your head and up his ass and start breathing. Do you get that, dumb fuck? You know, that's how we fucking do here. So anyway, you know, I just like, that's my opinion and probably millions of people's opinion who doesn't have the ball to say so. But I'm sick and tired to wait for those people to wake up. You know, I can't live fucking long enough. I'm 60 years old. I can't live another fucking 300 years to wait to listen to those people to wake up, because that's what it's going to take, 300 years. Because no one's showing sign around here, showing me any sign, I would say, of having fucking ball to be able to do something about the fucking mess. Right? So I mean, like, you know, I don't care if you like this fucking video, you know, or you don't fucking like this video. If you don't like the video, and if I offended people, it's because they're one of them. See, anybody who got offended for what I said, it's because I throw a whole bunch of coward boots all over here, and they fucking jump right in it. That's how fucking stupid they are. There's no end to that. You know, if you want to fix this planet, you have to wipe out civilization out of the equation. Maybe this planet will fix itself, so you're always dead. After a couple of million years of not having human on it, it would probably be a paradise again. But the people fucking destroyed this place up so bad, we can't fucking even imagine how to fix it anymore. So that's my tap, you know, and hopefully, you know, if you get mad, you know, and you get offended by what I said, then fuck off and die. Period. Because you wanted this fucker who's fucking ruining this fucking countries, ruining this fucking world. So on that note, folks, we'll talk to you again. And I'm slowly working, very, very slow, but still working. So we'll see how long can I live doing this. So catch you later, guys.